Okay, I'm first going to show you how I made it, how I warmed it up basically, with some eggs. It's leftover Sunday, but today these weren't leftovers, although traditionally it was a leftover type of food that was left over from the pig that was slaughtered. They would use the leftovers and make this, Balkenbrij, which was the roots of modern day Scrapple in Pennsylvania and in America. It's a very limited region of people that know Scrapple in America. Delicious. Pretty heavy. Now, curious if it tastes like Scrapple. Looks a little bit like it, a little bit different. I'm gonna put some ketchup on it. Okay. Do the first bite here. Let's try it out. A little bit less sweet than Scrapple, but delicious. Now let's try it with the eggs. Now this is really neat to me because I love Scrapple. Scrapple is an American breakfast food. I guess you could eat it any time. And I only found it in Pennsylvania, in the Philadelphia area. Never found it in Boston, never found it in California, never found it in Georgia, nowhere else. But it has Dutch roots. And that's what I'm going to cook today. And that's what I tried today. And it was delicious. I'll tell you right now. Different, but delicious. In Dutch, it's called Balkenbrij. And Balkenbrij is basically, you see the ingredients here. It's nowadays, it used to be made out of, well, here. Balkenbrij is an old dish that was especially for the autumn or winter time. It's made with leftover meat from pigs and other animals and their organs, and with special spices, they make these delicious food. It doesn't sound delicious, but it is. Balkenbrij is a traditional Dutch food that shares some of the characteristics of American Scrapple. Traditionally, its preparation and consumption was an important economizing custom, especially for the rural poor. Particularly, it allowed farmers to use various less desirable parts of pork, which are made more palatable by being added to seasoned porridge of groats or flour. The closely related panas, or Moppenbrot, are widely known in the whole northwest of Germany. The last variety is a specialty of Middle Westphalia and Rhineland. Originally, Balkenbrij was prepared upon farms at the end of the pig slaughtering process. In the pot used to cook the swill, it was eaten soon because of its poor shelf life. But today they make it fresh, so it's not from the leftovers. There are as many recipes as there are Dutch regions, and especially well known its variety from Gelderland with raisins. Balkenbrij is technically a relative of Scrapple. By the way, with raisins, are probably really good because it does have a little bit more. It's not so sweet as Scrapple, and it's claimed as a distant relative of black pudding and Scottish haggis. Balkenbrij was one of the classic foods brought by Dutch settlers to the New World. An example of recipe is given in a 1936 cookbook from Holland, Michigan. So this is Scrapple. Scrapple is a little bit sweeter somehow. It's a little bit more like pate, I think. So it cooks and eats a little bit more, melts in your mouth. It's a mush of pork. Yeah, it's basically describes what it is. Scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal and wheat flour, often buckwheat flour and spices. The mush is formed into a semi-solid set loaf, and slices of Scrapple are then pan-fried before serving. Right. It was delicious, and primarily eaten in southern mid-Atlantic regions: Delaware, Maryland, South Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Washington, D.C. So you put a little ketchup on that. Oh, delicious. It was so good. And like I said, I only had it in Pennsylvania. And when we moved away from there, I would only get it when I visited the relatives, and it was, never enough, you know. And even down there, they had a hard time getting it all the time fresh. So That is what Scrapple is.